Hey everyone, Pupsker here. Today in Warframe. That's right, we're talking about the new player experience. Will change next month with Duviri Paradox because Warframe is seemingly changing up incredibly how the game exists in its current form. You'll be able to start Warframe either by doing Vor's Prize, like the normal, like just starting the game, or just running Duviri Paradox. It seems like Duviri Paradox will mainly be a separate game mode from base Warframe, where you get upgrades that you can take into regular game mode of Warframe. It'll also have Warframe playability and everything, so it'll just be an odd side parallel to regular Warframe, because it is truly a paradox sitting in Duviri. So let's take a look kind of at how that's gonna work and chat about it a little bit, because this is probably going to be one of the bigger months for Warframe in a while, hypest updates, and honestly, it's going to be a weird time for sure. So let's take a look and see what is going on. And as always, if you appreciate it, if you like the video, like, sub, check out all my socials down below in the description box. Anything helps out. Join the YouTube Twitch membership or Epic Game Store creator code Pupsker. So it seems like this is Duviri Paradox. Once you beat the main quest starting the game, right? This is how it is. They legitimately give you regular Duviri Paradox mode. Oh, I just feel like only playing my Warframe mode. And oh, I only want to do the Duviri Paradox story mode with no gameplay. So it's definitely already a weird, different setup going forward than we're kind of used to, but it adds a lot of variety and it gives players the most choice possible. And they can still, I assume, get loot and have fun with the game. So it's a good call, but a weird call. And I'm very curious to see how just running the lone single player story is going to go versus just running regular Duviri Paradox, running around doing the objectives, going through the story, and then running like only I just want to play with my Warframe in the Undercroft. I think this one is just going to be regular missions fully. You get like loot rotations, and there you go. This one, you play fully Duviri Paradox, you get all of the story, all that, great. And then this one, just the mood story, no gameplay or side objectives. So it's gonna be a weird thing. And we're going to have to see on each one how it separately plays through, how long it is, and just like how enjoyable it is. But the fact that they included these 3 game modes is already massive for new players and old players alike, because they can just play the game however they choose. So this is going to be your new entry point into Warframe. Play through Duviri Paradox, the main quest, and then you can just play Duviri Paradox and get loot. Seemingly, there's a ton of loot you can get from here. Drifter intrinsics, Incarnate loot, new weapons, and possibly new Warframes, right? And arcanes, of course. They didn't bring up what the arcanes are, but they did bring up arcanes briefly. So the new player experience no longer needs to be you chatting up in Merc and Vor. It can now just be you playing Duviri and seeing what the Drifter does in an entirely separate timeline. The Dominus Thrax mood spiral up here, I believe there are 5 separate mood spirals, so the general locations and playthrough of your Duviri Paradox experience will get a little bit of RNG changed around every single time, every 2 hours. And this is also seemingly a game mode you can just play endlessly for all the rewards you need. Maybe it'll reward cap you getting the Incarnate adapters, but other than that, it looks like you're able to just farm as much as you humanly possibly want. The funny thing about starting the game mode in Duviri Paradox, they briefly talked about it, but Duviri Paradox is going to seemingly have Warframe drops, like regular Warframe drops. If I'm remembering correctly, in the dev stream, they brought up Duviri Paradox dropping Ember in just regular gameplay mode. We don't know if that's gonna be like running through the complete Duviri Paradox, or like the story mode or what, or if it'll be a shop purchasable blueprints. We don't know, but they did talk about how Duviri Paradox is going to have regular Warframe drops, and then Steel Path will have the Incarnate weapon drops. So it looks like Duviri Paradox is definitely trying to be a completely separate parallel area and place to play Warframe. Maybe you just don't want to play base Warframe for the longest time and you want to play Duviri Paradox. Yeah, they'll add a ton of different items to the loot tables, it seems, and separate Warframes to the loot tables. It's hard to say the complete breadth of the amount of Warframes they want to add to the loot tables, because they just haven't said, but I think they said Ember, and we'll have to wait and see from there. So that seemingly is how the Warframe new player experience is going to start. You just straight up run Duviri Paradox, farming Warframes, farming weapons, maybe? I don't know. We really have to wait and see the extent of the loot table drops for Duviri Paradox, because it is the biggest open world they've ever had. Just visually, you can see it's massive, beautiful, and it's just an entirely different Warframe experience compared to what we've had before. So I think it's a little crazy, and I'm kind of excited for that. I just want to see the anarchy and chaos of what Duviri Paradox fully brings, even if it's maybe a little weird and definitely different. So yeah, I'm excited. Take a look at the new player experience. I think this is also a cheeky way for them to get a ton of new old player accounts created. Because the new Duviri Paradox will be a new player experience, that means that it'll get old players such as myself possibly creating separate accounts just to try out Warframe starting from the Duviri Paradox. So this could be a very cheeky marketing and account creation tactic. A ton of non-Warframe content creators, streamers alike, will be able to play this Warframe update. So they could have promotions, ads, and sponsorships everywhere with no limitations. I think it's kind of goofy that they don't have cross-save, cross-play out for such a big update like this, if you can start it as a new player experience. But hey, Warframe has never really been known for doing things the right way, properly, and hitting deadlines. So while I'm a little disappointed, and I think it's definitely gonna cost them a lot of money, players, and just, yeah, kind of hit them in the face, right? It sucks, but at least Duviri Paradox will come out with a new player experience. A ton of people can play it, even if cross-save, cross-play isn't fully there. There is cross-play, but it's not 100% there. So yeah, just kind of curious what people think about having new Warframe Duviri Paradox new player experience. So thank you all. I appreciate it. Sub, like, and check out all the other social medias if you want to support the channel. Use Epic Games Store creator code Pupsker, join the memberships, YouTube, Twitch, etc. Thank you.